This video is part of a series covering the features and functions of the Storage Area Network Resource Monitoring Software, or SAN-RM, and covers a review of the mapping function. The mapping function can be accessed via the main screen, as you can see here, or you can access it by going from any of the other menus by right-clicking and saying Show in Map. From this main screen, if I click on the mapping function, you need to know what particular device you want to map onto the screen as a source in order to create the map. For this example, we have a test database, and I'm going to use the attached unit overview, which shows the servers and storage that exist in the SAN. And in fact, from the table here, you can see the storage devices that are connected to this particular server. But if I right click and go into attached unit, show in map, it will show us all those connections in a pictorial view. There are various options for the map function, and if I go into those, so for instance, I can expand all these connections, and it's now going to show me the different host adapters, how they're connected with the different switch ports, the switches themselves, the storage connections, and the storage systems. The servers normally appear on the left-hand side, and the storage systems on the right-hand side. By hovering over one of the devices in the drawing, it gives you the full detail of that device or that connection, so you can see which particular connection that is. You will also notice that here this is the switch in what is labeled Fabric 1, and this one's in Fabric 2. The connections that are shown here are all color coded. I see some are purple and some are green. If we go into the speed legend, you can see that most of these connections are actually 8 gig connections, but there are some 4 gig connections. If I now go back to the map functions, one of the alternative things you can do is have a look at the zoning view. So in this case, it shows what zones are configured and between which devices. It's also a lot clearer from this view that you can see that some of the host connections are single connections to individual host adapters, other ones are dual, where you've got a connection to each of the host adapters. If you're having issues in terms of performance with a particular server, for instance if this had issues, then it might be to do with a particular storage system. So you can right click on the storage system that's in question, click it as the root, and then immediately you'll get a view of all the connections, all the hosted connections to that storage system. This is a zone view connection. If I go back to the topology view and expand it, you can now see these are all the different hosts that connect through all these different switches to this storage system. And if there are issues, you could then have a look at those. If you want to look at metrics, you can right click and then go in and look at the metrics for the storage system for any of the servers attached. We hope this video was useful, and for more information on SAN-RM or to arrange a free 30-day trial, please do not hesitate to contact us at GCH.